And print, add. Still waiting on make a new instructor and add them to the list. Delete, remove an instructor from the list. That's an easy one. Update an instructor's middle initial we did, and we haven't joined two lists together. So let's do remove an instructor from a list. And so this is going to be selecting an instructor for remove. So like select instructor list for delete, but it's select instructor for remove. And then the actual selection part is going to be like in the get instructor name and middle initial for update. So this thing here, I have a form with a select box. And unfortunately, I messed this up a little bit because I ended up putting my label and my button inside of the select box. But fortunately, since that doesn't make any sense, it looked okay in Chrome anyhow. So this is better. I fixed that. Let me go ahead and make sure that actually still works now that it's correct. So let's go to the main menu. Actually, I need to rerun this. Oh, and forgot to mention, but over the break, I restarted PyCharm and now my formatting is working. Yay. That's a lot easier to deal with. So let me go ahead and rerun this. I think I just did, but whatever. And then we're going to go to update an instructor's middle initial, and this looks fine. So let me go ahead and put my middle initial back to I. Okay. So we're going to grab part of this for part of this form. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it and then paste it in for templates. And we're going to do select instructor for remove. And then this is going to be remove instructor from list. And we're going to do get method. And that's going to be remove instructor. And actually, I want both the instructor and also the list. And typically I would ask for the list first. And then I would only list the instructors who were in that list. So there's actually going to be two separate forms and a two-step process. I could do this as a single page application using Ajax. And I still hope to be able to talk about that a little bit today. But once again, to keep this simple, I'm going to assume that the user has already selected an instructor list. And here I'm just going to list the instructors in the list. So we're going to call remove instructor. It's going to take, so I'm going to select the instructor name for instructor in instructor list. Actually, hold on. So for instructor and instructor list, I'm going to have an option for instructor get key, instructor get first name, get last name. So that's all the same. And then I want to continue passing the instructor list from this form to the next page. So I'm going to put it in a hidden box. So input and then value is going to be the instructor list get name. And then the name of this is going to be instructor list name. So there's going to be a hidden box. And then I don't need this label or the middle initial. And then this is going to be remove. And then seems like I was having a piece of text that told the user what to do sometimes, but not here. So I might want to go through there and clean the user interface up a little bit, but let's just start from here. So select instructor for remove. Let's make an entry point for that. And I'm going to put that after update instructor, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to get the instructor name from request.args instructor name. And I'm going to get instructor list name from request.args instructor list name. And then I want to get the instructor list. So, you know, I mean, I've written this loop enough times that I should have made a method that took the instructor list name and found the instructor list. And it's not too late to do that. I wish I had done it earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. So let's go ahead and add a function at the top here called, since everything else is static, this will be static as well. And we'll call it find instructor list. And it's going to take an instructor list name for instructor list and course instructors web UI dot course lists if instructor list dot get key is equal instructor list name dot lower, then return instructor list. Else, if we didn't find it, we're going to return none. So now I have that method, and I'm going to say instructor list is equal to course instructors web UI dot find instructor list name, and then if instructor list is none, then I'm going to render template, return render template. Actually, this whole thing. And then the error message here is going to be, couldn't find instructor list. Couldn't find instructor list name. Otherwise, and actually, that's going to return. Let me fix the indentation. There. Okay. So if that's none, I'm going to return, which means if I get here, then I found the instructor list. So now I want to find the instructor, and I'm going to have a function for that as well. So static method find instructor, and then I'm going to find him in find the name, instructor name, in the list, instructor list, and it's going to say for instructor in instructor list if instructor name get key equals instructor dot get key. Actually, instructor name is just a piece of text. So we'll do lower is equal to this dot lower. And then we're going to return instructor. Otherwise, if we get here, then we're going to return none. So that's find instructor. And then here, we're going to say instructor equal find oops. Course instructors web UI find instructor. Instructor name, instructor list. And then we'll repeat this error. So here, the error is couldn't find instructor named instructor name in list instructor list name. So now we have the instructor in the instructor list, so we just have to do the remove. And the way we did the remove in course instructors UI was this right here. So we're going to do that, except that instead of IL, this is instructor list. And this should be if instructor is none. So instructor list dot remove and then add to database. Okay. So let's test this thing first. So select instructor for remove. That's the final destination. And actually, if we get here, then our remove succeeded. So let's go ahead and do remove succeeded. Remove instructor from list succeeded. Instructor name Instructor name has been successfully removed from instructor list name. Okay. So we're going to return render template, remove instructor from list succeeded .html. Instructor name is instructor name. And instructor list name is instructor list name. And let's break this line. All right. So we have enough to test, I think. Let's go ahead and test that endpoint. So remove instructor from oh, that was select instructor for remove. That's not right. Select instructor for remove should have just rendered the select instructor for remove form. The thing that we've been writing here is actually remove instructor from list. So remove instructor from list. And then here, this one is select instructor for remove. And this one's gonna take the instructor list name and it's gonna find the instructor list. And then if it doesn't find it, then I get this error again. And then here, it's going to return render template of select instructor for remove.html. And I need to pass in an instructor and an instructor list. No, just an instructor list. All right. So that makes the form that lets me select the instructor, and then the instructor and the instructor list name both get forwarded to remove instructor from list. So remove instructor from list. Okay, so let's go ahead and start where we are with remove instructor from actually, select instructor for remove. So select instructor for remove, question mark, instructor list name equals CIS 122. Remove instructor from list. And I could put the name of the list here. Let me do that. Select instructor for remove. Remove instructor from list from, yeah, let's do instructor list dot get name. Instructor list. So remove instructor from CIS 122 instructor list. And then this is all the 122 instructors. So let's remove Nelson. And that goes to remove instructor from list, instructor name Nelson Ig, instructor list name 122, remove instructor from list succeeded. And then let's go to the main menu and we're going to print, select an instructor list and print 122. And Nelson's not there. So that worked. And then if we try to do this remove again, we get an error, couldn't find instructor name Nelson Ig in CIS 122. And if we tried doing that with CIS 122X, couldn't find instructor list 122X. So that's good. And then let's go to select instructor for remove, reload. Here's the 122 instructors currently. Let's try 122X. Couldn't find instructor list 122X. So now we need the form that goes to select instructor for remove and passes the instructor list name. So I need to select instructor list for remove instructor. Select instructor list for remove instructor. I mean, in English, that would be something like select the instructor list that you want to remove an instructor from, but select the instructor list you wish to remove an instructor from. I mean, it's not good to end a sentence with a preposition, apparently, they tell me. From which you want to remove an instructor is not very good. Select the instructor list from which you want to remove the instructor. Makes my head hurt. Please use the drop-down list to select the instructor list you want to remove the instructor from. Remove the instructor from, and then press the remove button to continue. So the select name is instructor list name. The action is select instructor for remove. And then instructor list name. And then we're going to do remove here. And now we need an endpoint for this. So this is select instructor for remove instructor. Select instructor list for remove instructor. Okay. And then all I need to do here is return render template. Select Instructor lists is equal to course instructor's web UI. And I already know this is going to be too long. So course instructor's web UI dot course lists. And that should be it. Okay, and then we need a main that points to that. So this is going to be after update. And it's going to be select instructor list for remove instructor. And then it's going to be remove an instructor from an instructor list. Okay. So main menu, remove an instructor from an instructor list. Select the instructor list you wish to remove an instructor from. Please use the drop-down menu to select the instructor list you want to remove the instructor from, and then press the remove button to continue. So let's go for 233J. And then we have a choice of Karatang. So we'll remove Karatang. The Karatang has been successfully removed from 233J. So we can fix the Karatang. So that was remove succeeded. Should just be Karatang has been successfully removed from instructor list. And let's try another one. So remove an instructor from the list. Let's do 120. And then we'll remove Ira Herbs. Ira has been successfully removed from CIS 120. And then we'll print CIS 120, and it works. No Ira.